Okay, listen. Brain buffer loading. The word is right there, on the lip, on the doorstep, in the hallway of my skull, and it refuses delivery like I'm spam. Rude. It's a simple word, everyday word. Nothing elite. No Ivy League vocabulary energy. Just a traitor noun, hiding. I point at the void and go, that one, that one, that one. And the void says, define that. I cannot. I will not. I fear. So I take the adult route. I file paperwork. I file a missing thought report. I walk into the office of Misplaced Notions. It smells like printer panic and old coffee. There's a sign that says, take a number. The numbers take me instead. Classic. The receptionist is a stack of sticky notes. They peel themselves when speaking. They ask, what did the thought look like? I say, small, round, syllable forward, consonants behaving. Maybe two vowels, one acting shy. They nod like that's a vibe. They hand me form remember one, form no thought left behind, and form please define vague. I fill in my name. It autocorrects to busy. I fill in today's date. It shrugs and turns into sometimes. I write the description again. The pen has trust issues and only writes when I blink. This is fine. I turn the forms in. The sticky notes clap. The desk applauds by rattling itself. I get a stamp across my forehead that says, pending. That word slaps hard. I am now pending. I am the human version of a loading bar, and it's stuck at 99%, just to be petty. The bureaucracy wakes up and stretches. A conveyor belt approaches like a hungry hallway. I'm seated on it like a parcel of confusion. A loudspeaker says, welcome valued thought loser. Your case has been misrouted. I love that for me. It's giving detour. It's giving side quest. It's giving, you get it. We roll into a room labeled weekdays. All the days are sitting at a table. They're not coworkers. They're sworn enemies. Monday is gatekeeping the door like a bouncer with a grudge. Tuesday is taking notes like a middle child diplomat. Wednesday is wearing a shirt that says, I am the plot twist. Thursday is yawning like a bored deity. Friday is twirling a lanyard and threatening to go feral. Saturday and Sunday are on a union break. Feet up, snacks out, zero shame. Monday says, state your purpose. I say, I lost a word. Monday says, get in line. I look. The line is a Mobius strip. I hate it here. Tuesday coughs in bullet points. So deliverables. So timeline. So can we calendar this? I'm like, bestie, calendaring a thought is exactly the problem. It refuses to RSVP. It is inaccessible. It left me on red. Wednesday leans in. Wednesday has questions in italics. Wednesday says, are you sure it was a word? Could be a feeling cosplaying as a noun. Could be a memory wearing fake mustaches. Could be a person, but like, lowercase. My brain says, don't be weird. My soul says, be weird louder. Thursday scrolls without looking up. Thursday says, is this urgent with a capital U? Or is this a vibe check? I say, it's urgent in a fun way. It won't ruin anything except the entire narrative of my day. Thursday yawns. The yawn files an extension. Friday starts a chant. Release the word. Release the word. Friday sprinkles glitter on a calendar, then says, I am the weekend's herald. I wave my hands like a small weather system. I plead. I bargain. I offer to work overtime, even though I am the main character of doing nothing. Saturday peeks over sunglasses. Saturday says, we can expedite if you promise to relax later. I nod so hard my sense of time falls off the table. Sunday reaches out with a nap. Sunday says, sleep on it. Monday says, do not sleep on it. There's a fight. It's very civil. They throw emails at each other. An email hits me. It opens itself. Subject line, can we circle back? Absolutely not. I am a circle. I am backed into a circle. I am the loop you can't tab out of. Monday stamps my case, rescheduled yesterday. Tuesday adds a bullet point for follow-up. Wednesday disappears behind a two-way mirror that only shows fries. Thursday sets a reminder and forgets it on purpose. Friday tries to turn the whole thing into a party. The loudspeaker coughs again. Your case has been misrouted. Next stop, legal. The conveyor belt drops me into a courtroom. But every person is me. The judge is me with better lighting. The jury is 12 versions of me with slightly different bangs. The bailiff is me, but emotionally beige. My lawyer is me in a tie I don't own. Opposing counsel is also me, but taller for no reason. I raise my hand. Objection. Sustained by me. Overruled by a different me. Chaos contained in a suit. The case is called Me versus Word That Won't. Me 5 argues that I had the word like 15 minutes ago. Me 2 says, hearsay, also vibes are not admissible. Me 3 presents exhibits A through Z. They're just napkins. Every napkin is labeled almost. I'm crying, but in a productive way. The stenographer is typing. It's a keyboard with stage fright. It types, sentence not found, sentence not found, sentence not found. I whisper, me too, bestie. The transcript becomes a poem without permission. The judge clears my throat for me. The judge says, do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the partial truth, and nothing but the glitch? I do, I glitch. My testimony is a slideshow of thought crumbs. Slide 1. That sucking void between lips and language. Slide 2. The shape of the word in negative space, like a cookie cut out in the dough of memory. Slide 3. A house where the rooms are synonyms too shy to wave. Slide 4. A feeling like leaning forward, but never landing. Opposing me objects to my metaphor use. Sustained by me because I'm pretentious on Thursdays. The jury confers in a group chat. They start sending reaction pictures. They send a laughing face that looks suspicious. I peek. It's just me laughing at me. We are so unserious. The judge wraps the bench with a gavel that's actually my toothbrush. They yell, decorum, but as a compliment. The bailiff passes me a water that tastes like a middle school recital. I sip. My thoughts do the awkward shuffle. Closing arguments. I approach myself. I look into my own eyes. I say, we don't need the exact word. We need the ghost of it. We can make do with vibes. We are vibe-based organisms. The courtroom murmurs. We are not. Final judgment. The judge leans forward. They smack the desk with a stamp that says, insufficient noun energy. Sentence, exile to the market where pasts trade futures. I nod like I meant that. I stand. I attempt a dramatic exit. The door is a revolving thought, and I get stuck halfway. Classic. I step into the market. It's that kind of market. Sons for sale. Memories arranged by flavor. Regrets priced by weight. Row after row of pasts in jars. Labels say, that summer, that one time. That one message I never sent because I was too dramatic. Aisle signs hang crooked. Aisle 1, childhood. Aisle 2, cringe you can't delete. Aisle 3, pretend you didn't see that. Vendors call out, buy one, get your hindsight free. Swap a yesterday for a discounted tomorrow. No refunds, only reruns. Time is a negotiable currency here. You can pay with attention or intention. All major what-ifs accepted. I open my wallet. It's full of ticket stubs and a sticky note that says, later. I pass a stall selling first days in little capsules. Open one and relive your beginnings. The vendor winks. I say, do you have words? They laugh. We only sell meanings. You're going to have to dress it yourself. Another stall. Adolescent phases lined up like ducks. Floppy hair, angst, sudden obsession with staring out windows. I pick up a jar labeled maybe. The jar purrs. I put it back like it bit me. Focus. There's a long table of futures, wrapped in newspaper headlined possibly. You can buy a next week that smells like citrus. You can buy a someday that feels like Velcro. A sign reads, futures are light. Do not unleash in a wind. I open a tiny tomorrow. It floats upward, like a bubble with a spreadsheet. I go searching for the missing word. I follow a trail of letters like breadcrumbs. But the letters are acting chaotic. Language is glitching in the overhead speakers. Nouns are unionized and on strike. Verbs are freelancing with too much confidence. Adjectives have gone maximalist about everything. Every sentence now reads thingy-thinged the thing with thing energy. I ask a passerby, hey, do you know that word? They say, yes, but only in cursive. I ask, can you say it? They say, only if I'm not listening. I respect that. The punctuation is out here pickpocketing. Commas slip into my pockets and add pauses to my day. Periods squat at the end of my sentences like squatters. Exclamation points stage a coup and demand a parade. Parentheses just hug things without consent. My quotation marks reflect me back at me. I am a citation needed. A sound booth offers free pronunciation trials. I step in. My mouth produces circles, my brain produces static. The attendant says, "Okay, now spell it how it feels." I write glass until it looks like grass. I write close and make it close again. I write the shape of my missing. The booth spits out a coupon for one broken concept. I tuck it behind my ear and pretend it's fashion. Gravity shuffles in like a tired union rep. Gravity is wearing a badge that says, "Wait, but make it fair." It taps the ground and everything obeys like it owes rent. Gravity says, "Prices went up." Carry that. We haggle in accelerations. I say, "I want a discount on heaviness." Gravity says, "What will you give me?" I say, "I can be lighter if you let me go." Gravity laughs so hard we all trip gently. We negotiate like it's a marketplace for sanity. Gravity throws in a bundle deal. 9.8 for the vibe, but only in the mornings. After lunch it's freelance. I nod. I stumble walking away because my expectations are airborne. I pass a booth labeled, "Lost but well dressed." It sells ideas that forgot their names. They're gorgeous. They're expensive. They look like they belong to someone with a standing desk. I reach out. The vendor slaps my hand with a receipt. No touching without intention. I say, "Can I rent one?" They say, "You can trial a prototype for 30 seconds. I try one. It fits like a borrowed hoodie. Cozy, but wrong. Another vendor barks, fresh hot hindsight. Served with a side of clarity. I buy an order and scald my tongue on what I should have said in 9th grade. Still delicious. Still burning for hours. I swear I see the word in the steam. I blink and it's gone. Vapor, like everything. The sky above the market flickers like a tired screen. Language in the clouds reboots. The overhead menu of experiences is now just nothing to see here. I look down. My shadow types on the ground with tiny feet. It is sending messages I don't approve. I am not in charge of my own silhouette. I sit on a curb that knows everyone's secrets. I breathe the kind of breath you take when you pretend you're fine. Across from me, a stall. It sells resets. Big red buttons under glass. A sign says, "Warning. Use only if you understand consequences." I don't. I approach anyway, like a moth with a degree. The vendor nods at me. They look familiar. They are me again, but stretched thin like a too long day. They ask, "Are you here for the full wipe or the gentle reboot?" I say, "I just need that word. Just trip me into remembering." They sigh in unison with a wind that used to be a promise. They point at a mirror. I look into the mirror. It throws my reflection back in error codes. My face pixelates into messages. 404, mouth not found. 410, gone, but like politely. 503, service momentarily dramatic. I laugh and it bounces around the market like a dropped marble. Every stall stops. Gravity clears its throat. The punctuation holds hands. The nouns cross their arms. The verbs strike a pose. They all look at me. I realize then how wrong I am. I am not a person in a place searching for a word. I am a pop-up. I am a notification that interrupts my own life. I am an error message with a skincare routine. I am the ping. I am the "wow, no, try again." I am not the sentence. I am the red underlined squiggle pretending to be the point. The vendor me nods like we finally got there. They push a clipboard across the counter. It reads, "Terms and conditions of resetting yourself. Accept, cancel, remind me later." My finger hovers over accept. My bones hum with a chorus of small oopses. This is a mutual decision between me and me about me. I say, "If I reset, will I remember the word after?" They say, "Most likely not. But you won't care as hard." Caring less is such a seductive advertisement. Caring less is how I wake up on time. I breathe in like a loading screen. I exhale like a release schedule. I hit accept. A ripple goes through the market. Time claps its hands, once, politely. Gravity checks my shoes for compliance. Language takes a deep, dramatic nap. The world blinks hard and pretends it didn't. I feel my edges smooth out like a button pressed into sand. Everything resets. I am catapulted back to the beginning. But I don't know it yet. All I know is that my brain is quiet for a second. It's the good quiet. It's the quiet that hums like an empty fridge. A breath later, the emptiness gets ideas. It points at the corner of my mouth. It says, "Say that word. You know the one." No, I do not. Freshly rebooted, I stare into nothing. I feel the tug again. That lip tingle of almost, that head tilt of nearly, that eye squint of if you would just give me a minute. The minute clocks out and goes to lunch. I try to brute force it. Alphabet scan. Does it start with A? That's too obvious. B, basic. C, crisp, crunch, cartwheel. Why did I say cartwheel? Who even does that here? D, delicious maybe but not edible. E, epic, but not like that. F, fail. G, girl help. H, help me indeed. I test synonyms. It means thing but not thing. It means idea but less bloated. It means like, that thing when you, it means, you know, you do not know. I make a deal with myself. If I drink a glass of water, it will return. Hydration unlocks clarity. Everybody knows that. I drink a glass of water, and now I just have to pee, and I still don't know the word. Thanks, body. So supportive. I try the classics. It starts with, it rhymes with, it tastes like, it wears a little hat of meaning. It stands next to a chair in my memory and smiles politely. It shakes hands with explanation at the company picnic in my brain. Everyone claps and I wasn't invited. I get mad. I get petty. I want to yell into a closet and ask the coats if they've seen it. I want to interrogate the dust bunnies under the bed. I want to email my past self and ask for receipts. I want to ping the group chat in my frontal lobe and threaten consequences. Silence. The group chat has do not disturb on. It says, catch us after business hours. I decide to go official again. Back to the office of Misplaced Notions. Back to the sticky notes and the conveyor belt and the weekdays like a chaotic sitcom. But wait, didn't I just do this? Why does the déjà vu taste like microwaved grammar? Why does the floor feel pre-worried? I hesitate. The hesitance files itself under caution and sits nearby to stare. I step back toward the office. The door greets me like a receptionist with my mom's voice. Welcome back. We were expecting you even when you didn't exist yet. I blink in vowels. I smile in punctuation. I sign in, and my signature runs away with my last nerve. Inside, the weekdays start arguing on site. Monday declares an emergency and puts a traffic cone on my sentence. Tuesday tries to sync calendars with my heartbeat. Wednesday peers into my soul and says, "Do you even want to know? Do you want to know?" Thursday rolls eyes in cursive. Friday says, "If it's not fun, I won't perceive it." Saturday and Sunday pop confetti out of thin air and call it balance. I'm escorted back to the court. All the me's stand like they never sat down. The judge me stamps the air with the word, still. The bailiff me offers me a cookie that tastes like disappointment dipped in chocolate. I chew until the gavel stops trembling. We do the routine again because the routine is in charge. They ask me the question. State the word. I open my mouth and the word is a fish that slides back into the lake. I splash around, fully clothed, dignity evaporated, hairline breathing heavy. I point at the ripples. Look, you see it. You do not see it. We proceed. Exhibits are all possibilities with hats on. One is wearing sunglasses that say vague. One is wearing socks with sandals that say try again. One is a mirror that shows me chewing silence. We deliberate. We loop. We lose the plot like it's trendy. The market awaits me, again, like a rerun, with new captions. Gravity already knows my steps. Language is already rolling its eyes. The vendors nod like I'm their favorite punchline. I ask again, and again, and again. They offer irony on the house. I watch a kid buy a future with spare laughter. I watch an elder trade a yesterday for a smile that fits. I watch a dog sniff a pile of memories and choose the one full of sticks. I decide I'm tired. I decide I'm tired of deciding. I slide toward the reset booth like an apology with sneakers. The me vendor lifts the glass again. They don't talk this time. They just look at me like a mirror that knows my browser history. I hover. I hover longer. I hover like a hummingbird in a library. I press the button with the soft ferocity of someone pretending to be brave. Reset. Time inhales. Space straightens its spine. The sentence tries again. So do I. So do I. So do I. If you're waiting for closure, you're going to have to bring your own container. The missing word is a moving target with VIP wristbands. It doesn't need me. It doesn't even know me. It's out there in the parking lot, smoking vague. I can keep chasing. I will keep chasing. I'm built for loops. I'm a circular economy of focus. I am the roundabout your brain yields to. I am a rerun with a new laugh track each time. And I wish I could tell you it arrives, that I open a drawer and ta-da, there it is. That Monday hugs Friday and proclaims a truce. That the clones adopt me like a stray thought and give me a nice collar that says, found. That the market packs up, satisfied, gravity clocking out, language back to work like nothing happened. But this isn't that story. This story is feral. This story is a relay race where I keep handing the baton to myself and then filing a complaint about it. This story keeps licking its paw and pretending dirt is eyeliner. This story thinks it's a dessert, but it's actually a breakfast. This story is brain static with a secret handshake. A final request before the credits that don't roll. If you hear me muttering to the air, if you see me pause in a doorway like a buffering GIF, if you catch me tapping my lip like a librarian casting spells, just know I am in the queue again, pulling a number that pulls me back. Just know I am at the desk, whispering descriptions to a tired sticky note. Just know I am negotiating with gravity over how heavy a syllable should be. Just know I am cross-examining myself about whether I deserve verbs. And when the loop tightens, when the clones take off their ties and admit we're all exhausted, when the weekdays line up and do a conga line of compromise, when the market dims its lanterns and rolls up time into rugs for storage, when language curls up under the table and gnaws on loose vowels, when gravity unclips its badge and lets everything float for a second like a treat, when the reset button gleams in the corner of my eye like a forbidden sunrise, I will smile with the bravery of a raccoon in daylight. I will press it again. Because that's what I am, right? I am the prompt. I am the pop-up asking permission to exist. I am the alert stating something's off, please engage. I am the evidence that a thought tried to happen here. I am the leftover warmth of a sentence that never arrived. I am the smell of toast in a house with no kitchen. I am the knock on a door that has always been a mirror. So I will keep knocking. I will keep saying, hello, it's me. Not in the famous way, in the tiny elbow nudge way. In the hey brain, do you have a second way? And my brain will answer the way brains do. Later, busy, try again, try again, try again. The word is still out there. It's in line for a pretzel. It's flirting with an adjective under a flickering street lamp. It's backstage getting pep talks to timid synonyms. It's in a mailbox misaddressed to my almost. It's in the crate labeled fragile, handle with context. It's halfway between my mouth and my patience. It's the moment right before a sneeze. It's the broom closet where lost metaphors elope. If it hears me, maybe it will whistle. If I hear it, maybe I'll sprint. We'll miss each other by a breath, by a blink and you miss it, which is exactly the point. That's the sport of memory. That's the game of language. That's the glitch that learned to dance. I do not hate it. I do not love it. I just live inside it like a hamster with an MBA. I spin the wheel because spinning is a kind of prayer. I drink water because hydration is a placebo that works. I write the first letter in the air with my finger like a child casting spells with dessert crumbs. I will keep writing that letter until it evolves legs and walks back home. But for now, for right now, for this breath and the one after it, I will look at the reset button again. I will nod to the me behind the glass. I will whisper to gravity that we're all doing our best. I will fist bump Friday and assure Monday it's not personal. I will tell Wednesday the twist was always me. I will steal a comma and pocket it for later. I will let the exclamation points go on their parade. I will apologize to the quotes and promise to say it like I mean it. I will take a jar of maybe and let it purr on my windowsill. I will promise Saturday I'll try to relax, and Sunday I'll actually nap this time. I will high-five Tuesday for trying and pat Thursday on the head for remembering to forget. I will give the clones a group hug that feels like a restart. I will accept the terms and conditions of being human-shaped noise. And then I press reset. Again, again, again. I blink and I'm back at the beginning. The word is right there, on the lip, on the doorstep, in the hallway of my skull. I reach, it dodges. I laugh so I don't cry. I smile like a secret. I breathe in and say wait. It's on the tip of my tongue. Hold please.